From the home of British motorsport, now across the ocean that separates the UK from the Americas, we are here today from Silverstone all the way over to about a quarter of a turn around the globe to Canada for the Canadian GP here at the Racing Pals Skip Barber Championship Season 3 World Tour Round 8 at CALABOGIE. Or CALABOGIE. Something. Last race out at Silverstone was close. It tightened the championship up by quite a way. One thing I will say is I do apologise. I do not have the championship standings to hand today, so I can't go through them how I normally would. However, there is a lot to talk about with this circuit. Let's try and grab someone as they leave the pits, shall we? Need someone who's just finishing a lap. Let's sit with Mill. I've got an idea actually. Tag him and ask. Okay, we'll so, CALABOGIE, I will quickly... Milt's just changing about setup. I'm going to quickly go through the track map itself. I'll quickly see if I can grab someone who is just a lap. Who's pretty much... I need someone who is just finished a lap. Here we go, Trans-Baconist. So, here we go, Trans-Baconist off of the start. As you can see, he is running down... I think that's the start line. Rocky Road into... No. Hey, where's the start of this circuit? There's the start of the circuit. He's gone through the King. Now he's through Jacques. Or Jacques. And now through Gilles. Two really interesting right-handers. Then quite a kink of Easy. Very named as what you would think the corner is. Now down the rocky road towards St. John A. And Nullaganas. I think. So, through St. John A into Nullaganas. Then Big Rock, which apparently is named because, oh yeah, there's a big rock. It was so funny earlier. Then through Crown as you crest the hill, heading back downhill as well. Then, after Crown, you get straight into, I think that says Trampoline. Not sure why this says Trampoline. Is it because it goes up and then down? Well, it goes up. Does it come down? If you're in the air this long on a trampoline, you'd be very surprised. Now through Deliverance, another crest, as it sort of dives away to the right-hand side, another road with another sort of crest turn in the middle, which doesn't have a name. Now into Crown, and Brow, and Beak after this. So here is Crown. Here now coming up is Beak, as we get a lock up there from Trans-Baconist. We're through Beak, now we're into Throat. Oh, it's because it looks like a bird. There's Throat. Or Dinosaur. And now there's Hook. Not sure why it's called this. Then we have the straight of Ridge towards Spud. So we have the straight of Ridge through Spoon. Now we're going to be coming up to the 4 left. Cresting the hill. Here is the left, called 4 left. And then we're going to have the right-hander called the Quarry 1. And then also, What's Up comes just after that. Here is What's Up. And then Wicked, as he's just been through there. And the final corner at Wilson's rounds off a very interestingly named lap of this circuit. So the session has come to a close. People have heard me absolutely, like, implode with trying to figure it out. I'm running multiple different things today. So, your provisional at the end of the practice session has been Milt with a 219.317. Suicidal Cookie, a 220.232. Jake the Snack, a 220.333. Darkest with a 220.794. Subknife with a 220.911. Lectra Sloth starting the 221s with a 221.054. Aaron Feidelak, or Aaron the German, with a 221.418. Automated Lottery, the lead of the 222s, are 222.146. Jaw with a 222.691. Nopley with a 223.532. Hoove Groove Move with a 224.134. Irish Climb with 224.789. And Trans Baconist with a 226.281. So we are just waiting for the session to come to a close. Here is the Racing Pals safety car. I get it today as there is no official safety car driver for today. Very nice. 15 drivers signed onto the grid this evening. As we see Darkius go for a bit of a spin there. We are just waiting for drivers to finish up their lap as well, so we'll be just awaiting that. Have to see. While drivers are going to finish their lap, I am just going to head to the bathroom. And then that way I am there ready to shout over the entire race. As the session comes to a close, because Milk crosses the start-finish line, I think that was, we will get ready for the qualifying session to head underway. Before I leave, Jacob to snack has disconnected. Might be an internet issue. We're just going to jump auto cam for a little bit while I go to the bathroom. Okay, and we have returned. We are still on overtime of practice. I'm not 100% sure why. 15 cars now on the grid, I technically get classed as a car. Oh. Seeing Ed Costetta leaving the pits. That's interesting. There we go. But Ed Costetta got called right at the end there. Now many cars are leaving the pits. Let's jump on board with Ed Costetta. He wasn't doing great, I don't think, in the practice session. It's not gonna tell me. He was down in 7th place overall. I'm not sure of what the lap would have been, so we'll see how Ed Costetta does here on his outlap and flying lap. We are riding along board with Ed Costetta. You can see we get a good view of his steering input, as well as a good idea of his shifting as well. Keep an eye for that green light as it starts to flash. As well, for people who are interested in the stats, the air temperature is 20 degrees and the track temperature is 28 degrees. We have 19-ish minutes, just under, left over. So it will be a very interesting idea to watch as it happens. Milt, remember, the fastest in the practice session, so Zodakuhi was, I believe, quite close behind him as well. So we will have to see what the results sort of are. As obviously no times have been set yet, so my board doesn't exist. We will ride on board with Ed Costetta for his outlap and his first lap. We'll see if he can improve from the 7th position he got in the practice session, which obviously practice only says some part of the story. You could be trying something different. You could even be trying something, you know, what seems a bit crazy. But in reality, it's sort of, you have to take the risk as it comes, and sometimes it is a risk when you try new things in a car. It is a risk. It does sometimes not play off in the way you would have wanted. I've completely lost my train of thought here, but we'll see how drivers do. A lot of drivers use a setup from Ed Costetta, Ed being the Racing Powers resident alien. Last season's champion as well, so we'll have a look. Ed Costetta now on his outlap. I will keep an eye on the sector times. Have a look. The outlaps have come in, so I'm not sort of worried about them so far. Here we go, on with Ed Costetta. Look how he goes, slowly veering off to the left-hand side. Guy there changing just a little bit. On the road, it looks like Ed Costetta came out first. Darkest came out second, and then about 3 or 4 seconds behind him, by the look of it, Automated Luxury. Then you have Hoover, Milk, Subnight, and Irish Clone who come out on track. See how Ed Costetta does with 16 minutes just over left in today's session. Oh, a bit of grass there on the outside. Now heading uphill into a left-hander. Oh. Are they literally trying to say this entire track is one sector, or is it just... Oh no, we'll see how Costetta does. He heads through what's up now. How it goes, and across the line, what time does Ed Costetta post? A 2:20.024. Not an awful time. The sectors haven't come through. Darkest, however, getting straight back in there with 2:19.976, pushing Ed Costetta down only to 400ths of a second. Nil. Coming through 2:21.8, and then Subnight just replying for 2:21.4. We are now with Suicidal Cookie, who's just cresting one of the hills. And downhill once again. I'm going to just quickly readjust where my fan is. It is on a very broken plastic laundry basket at the minute. But I need it because otherwise I'm going to die of overheating. Darkest is currently running in the lead. We will have to see what happens throughout the rest of the session, however, as obviously it's going to get very interesting as Letra Sloth takes first place. Provisional pole of a 2:19.8, setting Darkest back by just over a 1/10 of a second. We'll see what happens. We are with Suicidal Cookie. I believe we'll probably follow him for the lap. No, we're switching back to Darkest, who is on a lap. Currently a 2:19.976 is Darkest's best time. A 2:19.8 to 2:19.8 to 2:19.9 to 2:19.8 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 to 2: to set up. Only a tenth separating Darkius from Ed Costetta. Only a tenth. 0.126 for Darkius, 0.174 for Ed Costetta. Aaron the German, Aaron Fudlack, just under half a second off of first pace as well. So the top four currently very compact. Darkius will be going towards the end of the lap now as he's heading up towards Quarry Roll 1. Let's see what happens for Darkius here as now he heads through. What's up? I do quite like these corner names, they're quite entertaining. I need to also make sure that my fan sound is coming through. My bad. My bad. Apologies for the fan noise. Now we're on with Milk. Darkius in the last lap did get pole, provisional pole. A 2:19.624. Milt only improves up to third place at 2:19.850. The exact same time as Letra Sloth. Now we're on board with Notley, who has just started one of his laps. Let's sit with Notley for the lap. Let's see how he does. Let's just quickly turn my fan off, because otherwise that is actually going to get very painful sounding. So we are on board with Notley, currently running P7, a 2:22.128. We'll see how Notley goes throughout the rest of the lap. Here we go through Jill, I think. The gap between second and third is basically non-existent. They have set literally the same lap. Aaron Fidlak setting a personal best, a 2:20.116, putting himself up to 5th place. Just quickly replying to a Discord message on here. We'll have to see. So the gap's very close. 16 cars on grid now. Trainbow 2005, Cameron Winters, and Jacob Snack all returning to the session. We'll have to see what happens. We are with Notley, who is on the back of one of the Penguin Aficionados machines, which is Brad Hoover in a groove on the move. HB Ho, as his name is. Suicidal Cookie setting a 2:19.950, putting himself up to 4th, which would give him a gap of 3/10 to Darkius. A 10th, exactly a 10th, between himself and third place as Ed Costetta comes in, a 2:19.794. Darkius also improving his lap time, a 2:19.519. So the battle up front between Darkius and Ed Costetta is on once again. Can Milt improve as well? Yes, he can. Milt coming for a 2:19.314. Let's see how Notley does. Subnight 2:20.743 as well. HB Ho 2:23.3 and Notley a 2:22.136. And now on with Milt. He has got, I think that's Ed Costetta behind him. No, that's Cameron Winters chasing behind. We're now with Suicidal Cookie. 4/10 off through the first sector. And we're back with Jaw. One thing I've heard from a few drivers is that the track limits are a bit something. There are apparently some quite strict track limitations. We are now on board with Suicidal Cookie, currently running P5, a 2:19.950, exactly 1/10 of Electra Sloth. We are now with Jacob the Snack. He hasn't yet set a lap. Jacob the Snack has been in the past few races up there in the upper mid pack. So it'll be very interesting to see how Jacob the Snack works, especially at this stage in the championship as well. It'll be very interesting to see how Jacob the Snack manages to work, as we're with Letra Sloth now running P6. Very small gap between himself and Jacob the Snack, actually, who came in and set a 2:19.817. Very good lap, really. The front of the grid seems to be quite compressed, which is very good, as Letra Sloth there slots in a 2:19.443, splitting Milt from Darkest. Now we are with Cameron Winters, as Irish Clone has disconnected from the server. Qualifying, always quite hard, and I'll talk about this actually for a minute. It will pass some time, which is always good. Qualifying for me as a commentator is very sort of difficult. To get an idea of. You know, you can just talk about the lap and you can just shout about lap times that are coming in. But really, I was never big on qualifying when I started racing in the sim world. Thanks, Rob. So it's quite hard for me to talk over qualifying because it is laps, and yeah, you know, I can sit here and go, you know, Cameron Winters coming through over 2:23.6. So I always find it a good idea to think about a story or talk about a story or just something, really, in the interims. Because obviously I don't want to do all of the shouting before the race, because otherwise my voice is going to be absolutely gone. Also, one thing that I will say, which YouTube won't like, is I'm drinking. Which is good to know. So we are with Suicidal Cookie. Your current provisional pole sitter is Milt. Milt is apparently on a lap, so let us jump on with Milt. There's a Cameron Winters off. There. Milt currently sitting with a 2:19.314. He is on a flyer. His last lap being a 3:16, so I'm going to guess that wasn't out lap. We'll see how Milt goes as he heads through. I think that's trampoline. Could really use a track map. One thing that I always found interesting, is there another driver driving the Waifu Hunters today? I'm not sure. I'm not 100% sure if there is another driver in the Waifu Hunters today. I can quickly have a look, actually. Cinch normally takes it. No, it doesn't look like it. 16 cars on the grid today. Letra Sloth, Milt, Darkest, Jacob the Snack, Ed Costetta, Suicidal Cookie, Aaron Firedlack, Subnight, Jaw, Notley, Automated Luxury, Irish Clone, Hoover and the Groove on the move, it's Hoove, Cameron Winters, Transbaconist, and Trainblue 2005 make up your grid with 5 minutes left to go in the qualifying session. While I was saying that, Letra Sloth actually comes through to set a provisional pole time of a 2:19.270. He is honestly coming. Letra Sloth this race has been able to set the fast times and then have them taken off him, but then set them again, which is always great to see. So let's see how Milt does coming across the line. That was a invalid lap. She had 2:19.053, but apparently the lap got invalidated. So Milt would have taken provisional pole, but the lap was invalidated. That's, oh, yeah, Ice Hockey World Finals, yeah. 100%, mate. We are going to ride on board with Milt for another lap. The gap between the top three, really, is only 2.5 tenths. So that top three is very compact. 2 tenths, more or less, between Darkest and Milt, and then 0.04 between Milt and Letra Sloth. The Suicidal Cookie comes in to snatch third place off of Darkest at 2:19.384, just over 1/10 off of Letra Sloth, which means he's only going to be about 0.06 off of Milt. Oh, very big slide there from Milt on the exit of trampoline, I think that was. You saw him there as Ed Costetta. There we go. Ed Costetta living back up to form once again. Comes through to set the provisional pole time of 2:18.781. Almost half a second faster than Ledra Sloth. So, as is normal, Ed Costetta has found the rhythm around the circuit and has just switched on. That skill that we see from Ed Costetta time and time again to take provisional pole by half a second. Automated luxury as well, further down the grid, moving to 10th place of a 2:21.956, his best lap of the session. Now we'll see how Milt goes as he heads through What's Up. And then through Wilson's. Have a look on the curb of the exit. Is the lap going to be valid? Let's see. As across the line comes Milt. A 2:20.814. Also, I think it was invalid. So that was two bowing. Cameron Winters jumping up to 12th from 14th with a 2:22.690. Nice. Oh, with 2 minutes left on the clock, some drivers will be able to get a full lap done. Some drivers, however, I don't think will. Wow, what's oh jeez. What an insane amount of difference that makes. A few drivers will be able to set lap times. Ed Costetta, Jacob Snack, Notley, Subnai as well. Maybe we're on board with Milt, who's just come out of trampoline. Wow, it's going to be very interesting to see. A few drivers have retired to the pits. Trans-Baconist is one of them. There's another driver who has gone to the pits as well. It's Alan the German, and so too has Notley. Oh, as onto the grass goes Milt. He may be able to... no, I don't think he's going to be able to make the qualifying cutoff here. Let's jump with... let's jump with Subnight. As Subnight goes off. Let's jump with Jake and a snack. Who doesn't go off? Honestly, what a race this has... what a qualifying this has been so far. I'm also Gonz. Is you're in the chat? Yeah, Gonz, if you can just answer. I've sent you 2 Discord DMs. It's 2 pictures of the telemetry screen I'm using. What one do you think is better? Do you think it's better with a map or better... the first or second one, basically. Screen on the left. I'm curious as to what someone else thinks. Because I'm a bit undecided between the 2. Very handy. We are now with Jacob the Snack, who is coming through one of the corners now. In rally, Jacob the Snack 6th. Now coming up to Quarry 1 as he gets a bit loose there. So there's Ed Costetta. Very loose there on the entrance to Quarry 1. One thing I do want to say is the gap between Letra Sloth and Ed Costetta was 1.5 tenths. The gap between Ed Costetta and Milt was half a second just over, and the gap between Suicidal Cookie and Ed Costetta was 6/10. So I'm going to go through the provisional race start order. Starting from first will be Ed Costetta with a blistering lap time of a 2:18.871, followed by Electra Sloth, who set in a 2:18.9, followed by Milt, a 2:19.3, Suicidal Cookie, a 2:19.384, Darkest, a 2:19.519, Jake the Snack, a 2:19.678, Jort, a 2:20.104, Aaron Feidlack, a 2:20.116, Subnai, a 2:20.743, Nobley with a 2:21.283, 11th is Cameron Winters with a 2:11.585, Automated Luxury follows in 12th, a 2:21.762, Chamber 2005, a 2:22.229, Irish Clone, a 2:22.271, Hoover and a Groove on the move, it's Hoover starts in 15th with 2:22.959, and Transbaconist with a 2:26.030 rounds off the grid. That's the track name. It's just apparently what Assetto Corsa calls the track name. So that was a very intense qualifying session. We will be switching over to the race soon. Remember, 45 minutes, maybe plus one lap. We will have to see how it goes. It's gonna be close. It is going to be interesting. Predictions in the chat now. Ed Costetta has set a blistering lap. I have Electra Sloth not too far behind. Nor is Milt either, in reality. This is going to be very close. And I think it's going to be very physical up and down the grid. Silverstone was close with 16 cars on the grid as well. We will be in for an interesting time, I can tell. Oh, I can't wait. We will be a few minutes or a few seconds, maybe even just a minute off of race start. So, estimations in the chat. Gons has put in a prediction. First Ed, second Milt, third Dark. Interesting. We will get auto start system. So once again, let us do what we do quite a lot, and that is go on our grid walk. So here we are. Starting from pole is Ed Costetta, followed by Electra Sloth, with Milt in third place. Suicidal Cookie involved. Darky is in fifth, followed by his teammate Jake the Snack. There is Jort in sixth, I think. Here is Irish Clone, I believe that is. Here is Subnai, Notley, Cameron Winters, Automated Luxury, Trainboy 2005. Yes. Hoover and a Groove on the move, it's Hoove. And Transbaconist rounds off the grid. We are getting ready, 50 seconds away from lights out, and away we go. I don't have my driver name for this, which is why I've sort of done r/ I've had a stroke. Oh, it's fine. So, we will be getting ready. It's going to be very interesting. Remember, 45 minutes. Not just a case of surviving for 45 minutes. Here we go. Lights are on. Here we go. 1 light, 2 light, 3 light, 4 light, 5 light. And it's lights out and away we go. A very good start there from Cameron Winters as well. I think quite a good start from Notley as well. Not a very good start, I don't think, for the car behind. You see Cameron Winters now, Notley trying up the inside already. A lock up there from, I think that's Jort. Yes, it is Jort. Big lock up there from Jort, who is side by side with Darkius now. We are with Notley, who has lost the 9th place to Cameron Winters. Ed Costetta has taken the lead off of the start line. So is Odd Cookie up to 3rd, and Letra Sloth retaining 2nd place. We are now with Trainboy 2005, who is under attack from Automated Lottery, but is also going to want to attack Notley as well up ahead as they crest the hill. Let's see, can Trainboy 2005 do something? No, almost contact between the two. In reality, as Jork goes very deep through, I think that's turn 5. Trainboy 2005 gets ahead, so too does Automated Lottery and Subnai. Jork dropping down at least 4 positions there. There's a lock-up up ahead too, and there's contact up ahead. There is a collision. That is Suicidal Cookie round. Who else is round as well? It is Jake and a Snack. So Suicidal Cookie and Jake and a Snack round. Jake and a Snack, you can see, hasn't started back up. Oh dear. We're now with Aaron Feidlack. Darkius is up to 3rd place. Suicidal Cookie has dropped back as Cameron Winters goes very deep through, I'm going to guess, turn 9. Cameron Winters now on the inside through Hook. See how this goes. We are now on board with Aaron Feidlack. We'll see. Cameron Winters looks like he's got ahead of Jort for now. Ed Costetta also pulling a gap to Letra Sloth as well, up to 8/10 thereabouts. Very interesting. Further down the pack as well, Jacob Snack has got out. Both Suicide Cookie and Jacob Snack now having quite a gap between themselves and Irish Clone in 14th. As Jort there heading through the inside of What's Up and Quarry 1. But Cameron Winters gets the inside through. Wilson's a bit loose on the back there. That's going to give Jort the ability to move on. Yes, it is. So already now we are with Notley. Notley under attacking Aaron Feidlack as well, who is also going to start attacking Jort by the look of it. No, Jort getting up the inside of Cameron Winters once again. Now Cameron Winters is under attack. But so too is... Hang on, where's that train come from? Oh, right, yeah, we're with Subnight. Sorry. So we're now with Subnight. There is a big train forming. Ed Costetta has pulled the gap to 1.3 seconds now. We are gonna be 3 wide through turn 4. Oh, almost, but not quite. Aaron Feidlack getting a move up to 5th, but now he's going to have the outside to Cameron Winters, who is going to move up. Yes, Cameron Winters, no, still side by side, Aaron Feidlack and Cameron Winters. This train has just formed massively as Milt is down to 9th as well. What happened to Milt? Did Milt get caught up in that lap 1 collision? Possibly. But I think that's Cameron Winters there going quite wide through trampoline. See how we go. You can just see a massive clump of cars. I can see in my track map as well a massive clump of cars. Let's see now, how is Subnight going to do? Can he try to find a gap down the inside? He has Automated Luxury on the rear as things are getting very compact up ahead as well. Oh, a few lockups there. We're now on board with Automated Luxury, who is very much so chasing the rear of this train, which goes all the way up to 4th place, 11th to 4th in that train, and as it happens, 12th place with 13th, 14th, 15th and 16th are also catching up to this train as well, whereas 1st and 2nd are sort of disappearing away, and Darkius in 3rd is sort of in the middle of no man's land. So we are now with Notley, who might be trying something on Milt. Notley has been quite quick this season. His last season with Kelvin Motor Racing did see some very interesting results. Notley's teammate, Lady Oscar, not with them this evening. But here we go. Trainboy 2005 will be under attack from Milt next. We'll have a look as we are entering lap 4, I believe. We are with now Automated Luxuries. Jacob the Snack sets a personal best of a 2:19.371. Very interesting bit of information there. Oh god, I make myself laugh. No, we're on lap 3. Okay. We're now with Transbaconist, currently running 15th, chasing it back a Suicidal Cookie, and they make contact through turn 3. Suicidal Cookie's round. Transbaconist does wait up for Cookie. There was a bit of contact there. I didn't quite see it. We just saw the tail end. I think maybe Transbaconist might be at fault there. Very much something you don't want to do. In reality, is have contact with anyone, really, not just your teammate, but also anyone. We are now with Notley, who is chasing the back of Trainboy 2005, who did lose a position to Milt, as Notley heads up the inside at Trampoline, might open the door to Subnai as well. No, Trainboy 2005 manages to hold off Subnai. And now on board of Trainboy 2005, who is side by side with Notley, but Subnai is also in the mix as well, grabbing the toe off of Notley. As Trainboy 2005 heads off to the grass. Oh, goes very deep there. Notley able to gain the position. Can Subnai do something? No. Notley has a lock-up as well. Through, I think that's through B. So Notley getting out ahead of Trainboy 2005, however, on the exit of B. You can see how close Subnai and Automated Luxury are together as well. There is some very small gaps heading on. We've got 38 minutes remaining of this session, just over. We are now with Subnai. Let's see what Subnai can do. He has got the back of Trainboy 2005. He will have the toe, but keep in mind he will also have to defend from Automated Luxury, who has been very close up the gearbox of that Skip Barber car. We'll have to see Ed Costello setting an absolute blistering lap time of 2:18.135. That is the best lap time of the session so far. Side by side now. I just want to jump up ahead to Cameron Winters under attack from Milt through turn 1. Cameron Winters heading off round the cone and then back on. At least he managed to hold it on. He's not going to hold Milt though through turn 2. So Milt getting up to 6th position. He's got some positions to climb as Trainboy 2005 gets past Notley with a very tidy inside move there. Subnai now maybe trying to look for any advantages. We are on the rear camera of Notley now. As you can see, Automated Luxury taking the toe from Subnai to try and push himself past. So they head through the left-hand kick. Now the right-hander very deep there for Notley. Back tyre on the grass. Very good ability to not spin the wheel there. We've seen that a bit during practice and also in qualifying. People hitting the rear tyre onto the grass and just going for a spin. I think he did have to slow up as Subnai has gained a position. Also going very deep on the brakes. I think that was Milt. You can just see the smoke from miles away. Notley's now dropped down to 10th. Trainboy 2005 got to 8th and Subnai up to 9th. Now Notley's going to be under attack from Automated Luxury as well. Gaps are starting to form. Darkest still retaining about 5 seconds between himself and Letra Sloth. Letra Sloth retaining 2.2 seconds between himself and Ed Costello. So this could be an already cut and dry race up the front, but the mid-pack always gives many surprises. We are now with Jacob the Snack. Let's see what Jacob the Snack has up his sleeve as we get the onboard. Oh, just had a bit of a burp there. Now Automated Luxury. They've dropped up from Trainboy 2005. Has Trainboy gone round? I'm not quite sure. I'm going to guess so because of the gap he has between himself and Irish Clone, who is in the lead of this 12th, 11th. Well, Trainboy 2005 is now in the lead of this 11th to 14th train. Just getting very loose there. Trainboy 2005 going off. I think Irish Clone headed onto the grass as well. Yes, he did. We are now back with Notley. This battle here, the train between practically 6th, really, and 10th position, still ranging on. You could even say, depending on how you class it, Jacob a Snack there, heading up the inside of Groovin' Hoover, it's moving. Brad Hoover at turn 1. Can Hoover come back through turn 2? No. Oh, Chamber 2005 on the back of Suicide Cookie. This is the battle for 13th. Not quite holding it yet. The idea was there. I just don't really think that it was too perfect, really. So here we are now. We are with Subnai chasing the rear of Fidlak, with Notley chasing his rear as well. Could be a very close one in reality. Ultimate Luxury there. You can see just up ahead, Notley and Subnai going side by side. Notley getting the wider line. This could open him up to Ultimate Luxury. No, but Subnai gets a very big lockup. Oh. And then now, side by side, 8th and 9th. Ultimate Luxury looking like he's also joining the Maces down the inside. Oh, and there's a bit of a tap there. Subnai lost the front end of the car through that long downhill right-hander. That's probably not the best of ideas. Really. As Ultimate Luxury did hold up, so that was very good. Very good sportsmanship there as Jort letting Milt through. I'm going to guess that might be a bit team ordery for the Penguins. Milt will now have just under 7 seconds to gain between himself and Darkest. But now with Aaron Fidlak, who is chasing the back of Cameron Winters. Cameron Winters up to 6th. A very good position for Cameron Winters. We do sometimes see him further down the grid during the race weekend. So it's always good to see improvement happening. We're now with Subnai. Ultimate Luxury has got past. We'll see what happens here. What can Subnai do? We're now on board with Subnai. Let's have a look. What can happen here? As we're now with Ultimate Luxury. Here we go. Oh, Subnai going very deep. All the way off onto the grass for Subnai. Locking the tyres there. He is going to get caught by, 10th. Now also 12th, 11th, 13th. As Brad Hoover and Agree on the move. Gets a bit of a lock-up. And Suicide Cookie makes full advantage of it and heads up the inside. Wow. That's, I definitely went from 0 to 100 real quick. Now we're still with Subnai. Now Brad Hoover and Groove on the move. It's Hoove. Jeez. That was 0 to 100 very quick. You can see Trainball 2005, the white and blue Canoa's car, getting up the inside there. Very easy, very quick textbook move. Now, Subnai is going to be chasing the rear of Suicidal Cookie as well. Have to see what happens with this. Subnai, very close battle with Automated Luxury for the start of the race. A bit far away now, the two cars. Subnai running in 12th, quite a gap between himself and Automated Luxury down in 9th, who is battling for 8th there. As I think Notley went wide through the quarry one. We just saw in the background the lime-coloured Wolf Team racing car. However, we're with Aaron Fidlak, who's chasing the rear of Cameron Winters. No, now we're with Jacob the Snack, who's chasing the rear of Notley. See what happens through turn 1. Gap very, very close between the two drivers. And Fidlak now. See what he can do. They are heading up towards turn 4. Still in sector 1, turn 4. quite a deceptive looking downhill right-hander. You can see tire marks from where people have got it wrong already this race. Then you're into another right-hander as well. Speaking to Ed Costello earlier, he did just say, you know, what is it with this amount of right-handers at this track? Oh, look, we're now in Notley. Oh, big lock up there from Automated Luxury. Was that Automated Luxury or was that Jaw? It was both Jaw and Automated Luxury causing a blue flag, causing a yellow flag. I think they went off in the same place. We are with Jake and a snack. Now, yeah, you can see Jaw having dropped back to 9th position, promoting Notley to 7th, and Jake and Snack to 8th. We're with Suicide Cookie, who will now chase the rear of Automated Luxury, who made that mistake at Trampoline. Remember, they are now heading through Beak. We are at lap 7 for everyone on the lead lap, which is everyone apart from myself. Obviously, I don't race, I'm a commentator. I do a lovely safety car. Jake and Snack, now what can he do? I'll not play. We are on board with Suicidal Cookie now. Oh, you can just see how close the two cars are racing wheel to wheel. Extremely close as they head towards Quarry 1. Automated Luxury getting across the front. Suicidal Cookie maybe trying down the inside. Now Subni's back in the mix as well. With this battle against Automated Luxury. I think Jort took a bit of grass on the exit of What's Up. Yeah, now Jake and a Snack. Can he try on the inside of Nobley? He was looking. He was looking indeed, but it didn't quite look like it was going to happen. Nobley also getting massive lock up through turn 2. Oh, massive lock up there for Jordan to turn 2. Massive lock up for Automated Luxury. And just living up the inside with a lock up of his own was Suicidal Cookie. Now, Suicidal Cookie will have to look down. Well, look up, really. And see the tail end of Jort to try and climb up. Your top 3 is Ed Costello, Letra Sloth, and Darkius. With Milton 4th, 5th Cameron Winters, and 6th Aaron Feidlach. Sub 9 now, looking around on Automated Luxury. Quite a lot of crests on this circuit, I've learned. Quite a lot of crests actually. Ooh, Notley side by side through Trampoline with Jake and a Snack. Who's going to get out ahead? It is Notley, but maybe not. They still look side by side as they head over the crest. Jake and a Snack would have had the shorter line. Maybe Jake and a Snack can get ahead there. Yep, Jake and a Snack moving up to 7th. We're with Sub9 Automated Luxury once again. The battle for 11th position. Here we go, Suicidal Cookie on the rear. See what happens. 6th separating himself from Jort. Now Subnight on the rear of Automated Luxury. The battle for 11th position. Suicidal Cookie now. There is a lot of like what I'm looking for here. A lot of ways we've seen drivers taking the circuit really throughout the laps. We are now with Cameron Winters. The battle for 5th and Cameron Winters and Aaron Feidlach. Feidlach having been chasing Winters for quite a while. Now Suicidal Cookie battling with Jort for 9th position. See what happens. Just under 25 minutes left of today's race. My voice is starting to go. I don't know if anyone can hear that. But yeah, my voice is starting to go. Jort still edging out Suicidal Cookie. Just under half a tenth, just over half a tenth now. So yeah, around half a tenth. Separating the two drivers. See what happens as we're now with Submarine, Automated Luxury. Now Suicidal Cookie. On the rear of Jort. Quite a few battles happening, to be fair. Let's stick with the Suicidal Cookie versus Jort battle. We'll see how this goes. We're going to ride on board with Suicidal Cookie now. Jort getting quite a wide line as they head towards Quarry 1. Over the curb. Jort getting a lot more curb. Looks like a lot more exit speed as well. Now into Quarry 1. Jort going for a wider entry. Suicidal Cookie going very tight, actually, through the triple apexes of the final three corner. We will sit back with Suicidal Cookie and Jort, however, at this current moment in time. Very close to that inside wall. That wall is very imposing, actually, looking at it from this angle. The driver's sitting a lot more low down as well. I bet for the VR drivers, it's very, very imposing. Looking at the wall as you're trying to obviously get as close to it as possible. I'm gonna guess it's terrifying. Or look through turn 4, now turn 5. So almost trying up the inside of Jort there through turn 5. Now turn 6, because I am going to classify that as a turn. Not quite making it move as before. He was hub to hub, well, wheel to wheel is in this. Jort had shut the door. Now through trampoline. Jort taking a wider line, maybe to get a better exit speed, or maybe just to try and grab the apex on the exit. Actually hitting a bit of grass there. So it's on a boogie. Now 3/10, bibbing Jort up ahead. Oh, a big lock up there from Jort. As they head through Throat now, the gap about half a second, but it is going to start falling down once again. Penguin Virtuosos, the team, Season 2 Teams Champions. Here we go again. Up the straight. Jort will have the inside line. Suicidal Cookie, nothing really he can do. Jort took a very tight line there through that long downhill right-hander. Suicidal Cookie will maybe be looking into the Quarry 1. No, Jordan just not allowing it to happen now. Suicidal Cookie will be up the inside at what's up. Will he hold it? Oh, no! Not quite yet. He actually takes quite a bit of that concrete curb on Wilson's. Looks like it slowed the car down a little bit. Wow! What? What a race! What a race so far this has been. We're currently just watching the battle for 9th place, Jort versus Suicidal Cookie. Ed Costello having put a very deep gap between himself and Electroslav as well. Apparently 10 seconds, according to my thing. 9 seconds according to the stream overlay. Darkest apparently 17 off of Ed Costello, which is falling as they head into a braking zone. Wow. You know, I always say that you can't fully predict a race. And right now, I am going to head back to the predictions that were made earlier. As no, not yet. As a head up to trampoline. Suicidal Cookie now trying the outside line. Jort is going to have to hold him. Can Suicidal Cookie get the cutback? Well, that's the question. Oh, Jort very much not allowing that apex to be taken on the exit trampoline. Suicidal Cookie will now be very close to the rear of Jort, however, out of the slipstream. What's going to happen? They are side by side. Suicidal Cookie will have the inside line this time round. Bit of grass there. Jort getting ahead. Wow. That was some actually very good racing. Very close between the two. Suicidal Cookie tried through trampoline, but Jort just managed to get through Suicidal Cookie on the straight. And as the thing, Trainbow 2005, however, is off at beak. He has rejoined the track, however, but he has rejoined right into the path of Irish Clone and Brad Hoover and a group on the move. It's Hoove. As we head with this battle once again towards Quarry 1 and What's Up. Oh, a big lock up there from Suicidal Cookie through Quarry 1. Now through What's Up. Let's see what can happen here as over the curbs. Well, it's just been back and forth with these two drivers over and over for the past, like, 5 minutes, thereabouts. Yeah, I'm going to go back to what was said earlier. The prediction from Gons, Rob Phillips, first Ed, second Milt, third Dark. Milt is coming up towards Dark. 1.5 seconds separating the two drivers. There is still time for Milt to gain that and finish in third. However, Electra Sloth has he's even taken me by surprise today. And that's not saying that Electra Sloth is slow whatsoever. I just see him majority of the time fighting towards the front of the mid-pack. And it's very good to actually see that he has gained the speed for this track, and the speed is in hand. So this may jumble up the championship order quite a bit. I believe it was 4 points separating Ed Costetta from Darkius. Have a look, it's through trampoline again. Some contact side by side between Jort and Suicidal Cookie. Suicidal Cookie will be on the outside. Jort taking that apex once again. Keep in mind, though, they will be slowing each other up for Sunlight, who is slowly but surely gaining. As Suicidal Cookie will now be on the outside, down the long straight. They are wheel to wheel here. Oh, I think there was contact between Jort and Suicidal Cookie. However, both cars do stay on the road. Wow. It's just... there's not really much more I can say for the battling. It's just been absolutely amazing between these two drivers. Oh, as Jort goes off. Jort has hit the grass on the outside, has locked up and has gone off. No! Jort was running and defending so hard from Suicidal Cookie. I'm sure he's going to be swearing at his monitor there. Maybe in a different language to English. I'm not sure. He is from the Netherlands. He's probably swearing in Dutch. Which has now opened Jort up to automated luxury as he hits the grass again and goes round at Quarry 1. Jort from 9th place has headed down to 12th position. Wow, I'm sure he's going to be swearing at his monitor there. That just started and just didn't stop until everyone had got past, really. We are with Irish Clone, who is chasing the back of Trainbow 2005 right now. Now we're Jacob Snack. 8 tenths between himself and Cameron Winters. Cameron Winters himself, 9 tenths between himself and Aaron Feidlack. Aaron Feidlack, 21 seconds between himself and Milt. So that went from 0 to 100 real quick. Tenths, 21 seconds. Franz Bacon is also setting a personal best lap. Now, with Irish Clone, once again, let's see what can happen here. We are actually going to jump back up the grid, actually, to this free car. You can see Cameron Winters in the middle of the blue Dinoco car. I am trying to check chat as much as possible, so if anyone's typing an event, then just be aware that I may not see it. Brad Hoover and Groove on the move has made a move on Irish Clone for 14th. As well, I think Irish Clone might have gone off somewhere. Not sure, however, it does look like Brad Hoover Groove move has gained quite a bit of a gap between himself and Irish Clone, so I believe he has gone off somewhere. We are now watching Cameron Winters still. 9 tenths, just under a second, separating himself from Feidlach. 7 tenths, just over 8 tenths now, separating himself from Jacob the Snack. As well, up ahead, the battle for 3rd place will start. 14 minutes, just over, left on the clock. Milt could heartbreak the Spectre driver. The darkest here. Milt went round, I think, at least dropped some positions. That one collision, I believe it was. But he has clawed his way back. Absolutely amazingly, really. Back up to 4th position. And it looks like he's going to be hungry for 3rd. You can see the gap between the purple and black and cyan Spectre racing car of Pierre Moreno Darkius and the yellow, orange and black car, blue of Milt and Vegas. We'll see how this goes. The gap around 5 tenths thereabouts. It is going up and down, as I think Aaron Feidlach has gone off. Yes, Aaron Feidlach has gone round at turn 4. I think that is, he's dropped down now. He's also had to yield to Suicidal Cookie, so he's dropped down to 8th position. I'm sure that's one that Gons wouldn't want to have seen. Gons being stood in today by Aaron Feidlach, who wasn't feeling the most at ease with this circuit. At the start of his practice sessions, as we are with Jacob the Snack against Cameron Winters as they head through Beak, now through Throat. We'll have to see what can happen here. Can Jacob the Snack have a go somewhere? Milt up ahead. Darkius is round. I believe that's what's up. Yes, Darkius is round at what's up. I'm not sure what's happened there, but that has given Milt 3rd place and quite a considerable gap as well. That was one I just didn't catch. I saw it on my track map and I was like, what? And then Darkius bringing out a quick yellow flag. Now 6.2 seconds separating himself from Milt. As I said earlier, Milt had a not great start to the race, but he just kept his head up and kept going. And now he's running in 3rd. And now with Subnight, there is a big gap, a big train here, 8th through to 10th. Feidlach, Subnight and Notley. In fact, actually 7th, sorry, Suicidal Cookies in the mix as well. Well, that was, I'm sure that's not the weekend Darkius would have wanted. Darkius was looking quick in qualifying. Just went round at what's up. Now with Notley, this big 7th to 10th train. As Subnight goes very deep, Subnight's gone off. Oh, Subnight does manage to get back onto track very quickly through trampoline. However, he does lose the position to Notley. That's not ideal for Subnight, who is now down to 10th position. Tell you what, as Gon said earlier, it's a small grid, but it has produced some amazing racing today, actually. Now Jake a snack. 4.5 tenths separating himself from Cameron Winters, thereabouts. Oh, here we go. Through Quarry 1, I believe this is. Yep, Quarry 1. Now through What's Up. Well, can Jake a snack do something? Oh, Cameron Winters goes off the circuit. Comes back on. Jake the snack will now be able to make that move. Through turn 1. Jake the snack edging ahead just. But no, Cameron Winter is going to try up the inside at turn 2. Who's going to come out ahead? Oh, Jake the snack just edges out ahead of Cameron Winters. Now we have Aaron Feidlack on the back of Suicidal Cookie for 7th place. 3 tenths separating the two drivers. 8 minutes, 40 seconds left on the clock. There is still time for positions to be gained and lost up and down the grid. I also just posted in the chat that I'll try and count, but put the name in the chat of who you think should be getting driver of the day today. There have been some amazing drives from so many drivers today. For me, really, it has to go to Milt so far. It could still change, though. We will. I will put in chat who to vote for driver of the day. I might even start doing that as a vote, to be honest. If I ever get an active viewership on these streams, I will put up a vote for driver of the day somewhere. I'll probably have to do it on a website. I'll probably have to ask a friend of mine to do it. And it just resets every week. Who lists? We are now with Jort. 6 tenths, just about separating himself from Automated Luxury. Cameron Winters making the move for 5th as well. Oh, Subnai going very deep at Quarry 1 as well. Oh, this last half of the race hasn't been great for Subnai, really. Who does get back on the track quickly, but he has had some off-track excursions. We'll have to see, as we have 6.5 minutes just over remaining on the clock. We are with Irish Clone on the back of Hoover in a groove on the move. It's Hoover. He's in a groove. He's on the move. It is Hoover. That changes by a little bit every time I say it. We are actually going to jump back up the grid. Here we are. Jake a snack on Cameron Winters. They have been battling so much over the past, like, 7 odd minutes that Suicidal Cookie and Alan the German, Aaron Feidlack, have been able to show up. Cameron Winters getting the inside line. What, can he hold it, though? Jake the snack may be looking for a cutback. We are on board with Jake the snack now. Crest of the hill. Remember, the track falls away to the left-hand side. Now they're going to be heading up towards Trampoline. Who's going to go where? Jake the snack looking like he's trying to claim the inside line already. Here we go. Down the inside goes Jake the snack. Cameron Winters forced to go around the outside. Jake the snack gaining the inside apex on the exit. So I'm going to be very much attacking that inside apex there. Jake the snack getting ahead in 5th through Trampoline. However, I think the story is far from over between Cameron Winters and Jake the snack, and soon I think it will include Suicidal Cookie and Alan Feidlack as well. 3/10 separating Cameron Winters from Jacob Snack. They're now heading back towards the quarry one. We have under 5 minutes left in the race. Ed Costetta very much ahead. I think 3 laps will be remaining for the lead lap vehicles. Cameron Winters going very deep there through quarry one. Opening the door a little bit as I think Trainboy 2005 went off as well at B. Okay, we are on the dashboard. Let's see what can happen here. There's still 7/10 separating Jacob the Snack from Cameron Winters. Just over a second, just over a second separating Suicidal Cookie from Winters as well. Have a look. Irish Clone heading up to 13th position through Quarry 1 further down the circuit as well. See what will happen with this battle. Just under 4 minutes left on the clock now. Ed Costello will be coming towards... Ed Costello's just entered the final sector for people wondering. So yeah, I think there'll be this next lap coming. I think we'll be ending on 21 laps thereabouts. 20 or 21 laps. Currently the lead lap is 18. Have a look. Yeah, we're still following this battle. Jacob the Snack, Cameron Winters and Suicidal Cookie all together. They're all within attacking distance of each other, all within pushing distance of each other, really. I was looking at my track map as well. Ed Costello very much on his own. So too is Lecturer Sloth, and so too really is Milt, but that gap has been coming down. I just don't think with 3 minutes left, unless Lecturer Sloth has a big crash, Milt is going to be getting out ahead. As side by side now, Cameron Winters and Suicidal Cookie up towards Hook. Now onto the long straight. Cameron Winters looking like the car got a bit squirrely on the exit. We'll have to see. They're now heading towards Quarry 1. They're very close together. Remember, while they battle, it gives Jacob the Snack the clean air to just drive away, take his line, and keep it pretty tidy. Really, as Suicidal Cookie trying down the inside at Quarry 1. Cameron Winters being forced to take the outside. See now, is he going to be able to do anything down the main straight? Sounds like he got on the power a lot earlier. Yeah, look how much it's reeled Suicidal Cookie in down the main straight. Cameron Winters trying for the outside through turn 1. Side by side, I don't think that's going to do. He might be trying the inside for turn 2. Hits the grass on the exit though, which means he bleeds off quite a lot of speed, and then yeah, a lock up into turn 2. Have to see what happens now. Further down, we have Jort attacking Notley. There will be 1 lap after this for lead lap vehicles. All vehicles are lead lap. Now that I think about it. So there will be 1 lap remaining. This lap and the next lap. 1 full lap remaining. Notley maybe trying down the inside of Jort. You can just see how much the rear of the cars actually get out. It's insane. Oh, Trainboy 2005 and Hoover, bit of contact. Trainboy 2005 does wait up, however, so that is, you know, gentleman's award. You do wait up if you have contact with someone. You wait up with them. Unless I think they kill themselves and you just sort of run away. Because they've done it themselves, well done. Now, Jork could attack Subnight here. This will be for the vehicles on the lead lap. So Ed Costello. And now Lecturer Sloth, the final lap. So they'll finish this lap and have 1 more lap left. A big lock up there from Jaw. Notley still at the rear as well. You can see Notley there. Getting ready to pounce. Oh, Jaw hitting the grass on the exit. Not by a lot though, so he's still going. So Ed Kstetter is on the final lap. Many vehicles are now going to be entering the final lap now. As we head through the final sector. 9th through to 12th. Sub-Night Automated Luxury. Further ahead, you have 5th, 6th, 7th, and 8th. That's Jacob Snack, so it's on a cookie. Cameron Winters now on Feidlach. So many cars enter the final lap. The cars left to enter the final lap is Irish Clone, Trainboy 2005, Brad Hoover Move, and Trans Baconist. Down the inside at turn 2 goes Jaw. I am going to have to keep a watch out on the track map though, as soon Ed Kstetter will be entering the last sector. He has entered the last sector. Soon Ed Kstetter will be ending the race. Here is your current race leader. We haven't seen him very much during this race. He started and just accelerated away. Here we go. Through What's Up. Now through Wilson's. And coming across the line to take the win at round 8, the Canadian Grand Prix, it is Ed Kstetter comes to take the victory today. So here comes Letra Sloth round the final corner to take second place. I think his best finish of the season. In fact, what a race today. What a race. That's all I can say. I now just quickly need to put in the chat. So I have just said into the chat, as I normally do, drop me a tag when they're ready for the interview. We will interview the top 3 drivers as normal. Darkest coming through to take 4th. Jacob the Snack coming through to take 5th. Suicidal Cookie through for 6th. Cameron Winters swerving in front of Feidlach to take 7th. Feidlach taking 8th. And that means Subnai, Jaw and Notley will take 9th, 10th and 11th respectively. Then comes Automated Luxury. Yes, hello. Automated Luxury going through to take 12th. 13th, when he comes, will be Irish Clone. We do have a little while to wait for this election. Yeah, we'll have a look, because they're just waiting now. We'll see them crest the final corner soon. We are just waiting for the top 3 drivers of today's race to give me a tag and let me know they're ready for an interview, or if they don't want them. That was an absolutely amazing race today though. There goes Irish Clone, there goes Trainboy 2005. And Hoof Groove Move and coming through the line. Here goes Trans Baconist. So, your provisional race result. Keep in mind, there is post-race stewarding at the end as well. People can put in tickets, and there's possibilities that, well, tickets that get put in do get investigated by our good team of stewards. So, coming through to take the win was Ed Kstetter, followed by Letra Sloth in 2nd. 3rd was Milt. 4th was Darkest. 5th was Jake the Snack. 6th was Suicidal Cookie. 7th was Cameron Winters. 8th was Feidlach. 9th was Subnai. 10th was Jaw. 11th went to Notley. 12th, Automated Luxury. 13th, Irish Clone. 14th, Trainboy 2005. 15th, Hoover Groove Move, it's Hoove. And rounding off the grid in 16th is Trans Baconist. What a race that was today. I've just Corsa by accident. The best lap went to Ed Kstetter at that race, a 2:18.1. Honestly, what a race that was today. Not much more that I could really say about it. In reality, I'm just waiting for a tag to come through for drivers wanting interview. We'll give it until 25 past. A lot of drivers normally come through for one. It's like my voice now hurts quite a lot. In fact, so we are first going to hear from Milt, going through to take 3rd place. So here is Milt. Well, hello Milt. 3rd place in the end. You dropped down quite a bit in the first lap. Let's have your take on it.
Well, yeah, that was a stupid mistake of mine. I went on the brakes way too late for that turn. Went off track. I'm sorry if I blocked anyone on returning. I did the best as I could, but it was a bit slippery because of the grass. But yeah, fell back from P13, I believe, to P3. Whew, that was one hell of a race for me.
I wanted to ask you actually, because I've heard mixed opinions on the track. How have you found coming into the track? It's one that a lot of drivers haven't known.
Yeah, I didn't know the track either, but I've heard some people say they find it really, really cool with smooth turning, really nice layout of the track, and some people really hate it. I really like it actually. I think it really flows well, the track. It didn't really have the pace from the practice I had before quali to really set good laps this race, but I felt like I was consistent, and that's why I could catch up to Darkies again. So yeah, I like this track actually.
I wanted to ask actually, because I didn't catch it on stream. Darkies, it looked like had a spin in the 3rd to last corner. Do you think if he would have kept it going that you would have overtaken him before the end of the race?
Ooh, I don't think so. That spin really helped me getting back into the race. I think before that I was 7-8 seconds behind, if I'm correct. And after that spin I was like 2 seconds. Then concentrating to keeping up with him was a bit hard, but I think I was a bit more consistent, as I said. And then he had a spin as well in the last couple of corners, the 3 to the right. I had to go on the brakes really hard there, and I accidentally went into neutral because I was in shock. He spun in front of me. But yeah, without those mistakes from him, I don't think I would have been able to overtake him now.
And my final question before I let you go for the evening. We're 2 races from the end now. Do you think that the Penguins can take another team's championship this season?
Okay, if it was up to me, my racing, I think we could, but Jord hasn't been up to his level lately, and it's completely like fair to him because he has a lot of time to spend on his studies. And I've heard that he could possibly not make it next race as well at Sebring, which is really sad. So if anyone is watching or listening and wants to have a seat next race, hit me up. But the team championship is going to be difficult this year, and I'll be happy to give it. I'll be happy to give the trophy over to Spectre, but I'm going to fight for that really hard these last 2 races. The Drivers' Championship, I think Ed will run away with it again, but between me and Darkies, it's going to be tight, especially with 2 races to go. It's going to be one hell of a fight.
Awesome, Milt. Thank you for coming and talking to me, Matt. I'll let you go now. Have a good evening. Congratulations on 3rd. Hopefully we will see you further up the podium at the next one.
Thank you, man. Good stream as well. Whoa, my English, I'm sorry. Good stream, mate. See you, man.
Yeah, mate. So that was Milt come through to from 13th to 3rd. I think the vote for driver of the day, I'm not going to class Gonz's vote as he's voted for the man who just took over from his seat. Milt will gain my vote for driver of the day. However, from 13th to 3rd, through quite a compacted midfield as well, actually. Yeah, it's something that rarely happens, and it lets you show just how good of a driver you are to actually come back from stuff like that. I know some drivers from when I used to do sim racing, like properly, like for a long time, they would just have a collision and that'd be it. They'd be shot. But it's always good to see any driver that can have an incident. Obviously, you don't want incidents, but it's good to have a driver that can have an incident, get their head back down, and just keep playing forward and making the most of it. So we are just going to see if anyone else wants to come into the chat. Yes, we are now going to hear from Ed Costetta, the race winner. Hello, Ed. Not really much I can ask. Once again, you're just gone.
Yeah, I kind of checked out there a little bit.
And actually, one thing that I did want to ask, you were running sort of 7th or 6th in qualifying. Did at some point it just click for you?
Yeah, the track was hard to learn. I jumped on and did the full practice, and it was took me like 20-30 minutes just to get the flow of the track down, and then it was like working on particular corners, and it just took that amount of time before like each corner clicked and I knew braking points and lines and things like that pretty consistently. So that was just lucked out that it happened kind of between practice and qualifying.
So, I think you're in the lead of the Drivers' Championship last race. I think it might be extended this race, if I remember correctly. Next race is at Sebring. How are you there? Do you think it's going to be another top step?
I think Sebring is going to be a lot of fun. I think it's going to be probably a little more competitive here. I think this track kind of really suited my driving style with a bunch of just long sweeping corners and lots of trail braking and lots of throttle control. Sebring is going to be a little bit different, so I think it'll bunch back up, and I'll probably be fighting for a top 3. Not checking out like this race.
And on the subject of Drivers' Championship, actually, we're now 2 races from the end. Is the pressure starting to mount more and more? Because I think Darkius will still be quite close to you in the Drivers' Championship.
This race helped a little bit. I think Dark finished. Did he finish 3rd or 4th?
4th.
I don't know. Okay, so that opens up the gap a little bit, and I think I do have. I have a drop. I have a P3 drop, so I kind of have one more drop week, so it kind of helps on the pressure a little bit. But I'm hoping to save that drop for the last race and do well. Do well enough next race where it doesn't come down to the wire. But we'll see.
And one thing I actually did want to ask, because I'm actually quite curious, I forgot to ask Miltless. Next season, it seems that we might be parting ways with the Skippy. How do you feel about that? Because obviously you're our resident alien in that car.
I think this is our 3rd season in the Skippy, I think. And, everyone has come such a long way driving the car. And, the whole point of the Skippy is sort of a driver training car, right? So I think it makes sense to move on. I don't know what we'd be moving on to, maybe like a Formula 4 or, I'm guessing something else open with it. I don't know, though. So it'll be good, though. 3 seasons, about a year or so, I think we've been racing this car. I think it's a good timing to move on and apply the skills that everybody's learned in this car to whatever's next.
Awesome, Ed. Thank you for coming and talking to me. Good luck at Sebring. Who knows, maybe in 2 races' time, we'll be congratulating you as the returning and current champion.
We'll see. Fingers crossed.
Have a good evening, mate. I'll let you go now.
Take it easy.
And that was Ed Costetta taking the victory at today's race. We're now going to have one more man, a man that I don't see a lot in the interview room, and that is Letra Sloth. Hello, Sloth. I don't see you very often.
Hey,
finishing
hey.
2nd. How does that feel?
It felt really good. Yeah, I had good pace through practice. It was really tight. And I think there was a very optimistic moment around lap 2 or 3. I set a PB that was better than both me and Ed's qualifying. And I think within a lap or 2, he answered with an 18 flat. So, yeah, very happy with second place, and it was a nice clean race.
2nd place. I'm going to ask you about the next race at Sebring. How do you know the track? Have you raced there before, or is it a whole new experience for you?
Whole new experience.
Wow.
What do you think? How's that going to look?
I'm not sure. It's been years since I've raced on Sebring, so it'll be very interesting to see how it goes. CALABOGIE, were you one of the people that knew the track beforehand? I think there was a couple of people that did. I can't quite remember off the top of my head.
No, this was a new track too, and it took a while to get used to with all the blind corners on this one. I was pretty stoked actually because I'm from Canada, and I thought this was a local track, and I did a Google Maps to see how far it was, and it was about a 50-hour drive, so not too local.
No, not too local. And I'll ask you this as well, because I asked Edit. Next season, apparently, the Skippy might be set for the Chop. What's your opinion on that? Are you excited to maybe go to a new car, or would you like to keep the Skippy a bit longer?
As long as we keep something with the same spirit, I'm cool changing cars. Just the idea of close racing and low downforce, the combination is just so much fun.
Awesome. I'll let you go now, mate, because I've run out of questions that I've written down. I've written questions down tonight. I'm professional.
Right on, Husky.
Congratulations
Thanks.
on the second, mate. Who knows? Maybe we'll see you back up on the podium next race.
You bet. Thanks, lad.
Have a good evening, mate. And that was Letrasloth coming through to take third position. Remember, thank you for watching the stream. If you'd like to check my regular streams on just whatever game I fancy playing, as I have now migrated my sim racing commentary directly to this YouTube channel. So make sure you comment and subscribe and all that stuff you're told to do on YouTube. You know, I'm not sure. I've not been doing YouTube long. If you'd like to check out the other content I do, just random games that I decide to play, make sure to go and check out my Twitch, twitch.tv/dathusky. That is also where I backup stream. I'll always have a backup stream there on Unlisted, just ready to go in case YouTube streaming ever crashes in the week. But from me, Husky, and from everyone at Racing Pals, that has been round 8 out of 10. The Canadian Grand Prix at CALABOGIE. I'm calling it CALABOGIE from now on. Thank you, and goodbye.